You are listening to the Crazybrave Songwriter podcast. This is a podcast about the magic of making music, one song at a time. My name is Lisa M. Arreguin. I'm happy to be your host for today. Welcome to my second season of the Crazybrave Songwriter podcast, where I'm going to have a chance to stretch out and talk about super important and meaningful concerns for all artists. The focus for the season is wellness for creatives. If you are a musician, singer, songwriter, painter, or dancer, then I'll be loading up the season with information on how to deal with our runaway brains, how to work with our ever-changing moods, and offer some coping strategies to deal with it all. And we'll get a chance to hear from musical artists who speak about these things as they create new music too. If some of you don't already know, before I began my career as a songwriter and business owner, I earned my master's degree in psychology. I was always interested in the creative brain and why I think the way I do. So let's move forward together this season and see what we can learn about ourselves.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Testing.
I wanted to tell the story about a song I wrote back in 1998 or so. At the time, I was deep into finishing my first album called Timeless. You can take a listen on Spotify, under my artist name at the time, which was Lisa Manor, M-A-N-O-R. To make the album, I had come into some inheritance money, and I figured I would pull out all the stops for this dream. I hired the best musicians, some of them world-renowned, and jumped in to write as many songs as I could for the album with the help of a great production and engineering team. During the writing, my music producer Joey, later to be my husband, suggested that I sing the songs in the album. Now, this seemed like a crazy idea. I had not considered the thought that I would sing on my own album, since I had never considered myself a singer anyway, and had no desire to perform or get on stage in front of people. As a songwriter, I definitely sang, but only in order to write, kind of like Billy Joel or Sting. Singing was a tool I used to help me craft melody over chords. I was interested only in the songs getting written so I could pitch them to other artists. But I took up the challenge anyway. Since I was not really a singer, I figured that I was going to need some help. So I found an amazing teacher named Liz Lewis. I drove 30 miles one way to her studio each week, and I paid for lessons. So while I was in the studio writing, we worked together for almost 2 years on my voice, where I learned everything about how to make an acceptable sound come out of my mouth, how to breathe properly, and how to relax. She was encouraging, and she made me feel like the idea of singing the songs on my album was going to work. But I had my doubts, and I mostly had this visceral emotion that I might embarrass myself royally in front of musicians that played behind some of the best singers in the world. The quality of musicianship, the amazing flow of the songs that were being created made me wonder how I was really going to pull this off. One of the songs we wrote for the album was called Brazilian Rhapsody. It was a sweet song with a Latin bossa nova flair, but when I sang it, I thought I sounded completely awful. And after giving it a go on the demo, I came away hating that song for so many reasons, but mostly because I couldn't make it work. I didn't like the sound of my jazzy voice over the Latin rhythms, the simplicity of the song, or the mystery of why I couldn't get my voice to do anything better. So I said a big fat no to the song, and we took it out of consideration for the album. Fast forward to 2021. A good friend and accomplished bass player named Jim Rojas had heard Brazilian Rhapsody back in 1999 and wanted to recut the song for his upcoming debut Latin album. I watched as the best talent was invited into the studio, how they played music with such passion and freedom. Their version of Brazilian was amazing, and ironically, one of the same orchestrators that had been on my album back in 1999 returned to orchestrate Brazilian. I was so thankful. So when Joey and our friend Jim approached me again to see if I wanted to sing the song this time, my immediate reaction was again, no. I I think I said something like, "As much as I love you guys, I never liked that song, and I think you can get somebody better to sing it." So for the next several months, I witnessed a stream of great singers come in and out of the studio to cut Brazilian. When each singer failed to capture the heart of the song, Jimmy and Joey again turned to me and asked if I would give it a try. So here's what I began to realize when I heard other singers take a crack at the song. It wasn't really my voice that wasn't matching the song. It was that the song was hard to capture, hard to grab, hard to wrap your style around it. It was one of those songs that sounds easy, but is not for some reason. Over the years, I had gained some confidence that I attribute to letting go, or better said, a willingness to have a little more fun, do my best, and let it fly no matter what. From uptight to more relaxed. Not taking it all so seriously. I really did commit to letting go, not hold on, and sing with a full heart. Still frightened, but a whole lot looser. So I had some liquor. Not really, I just like to tease about that. And I rehearsed a bit, and I challenged myself to step up to what was being asked of me. I recorded the song, listened back, and ironically was pleased with how it came out. So here's what I learned. Number 1, dear artists, don't be so hard on yourself. Let the music flow. There will be things that work and things that don't. If it's not working, it might be for other reasons you haven't considered. Number 2, you should stand up honestly and show people your real skin. Not a facsimile of what you think people want to hear, but instead what flows out of you naturally. Relax, open up, and let your music flow out from your heart, not from your head. Number 3, if you are asking to step up to what seems impossible, challenge yourself to do it anyway. Let the bricks fall where they may. After all, this is art. Your musical expression is something that is unique to you. So stand up in it and give it your best shot. Number 4, if you choose to not do something because of fear, and you might just get that weird opportunity to meet yourself again in the future, and it happens to all of us, take the plunge. We never know how things will turn out, but if it's presented to you again, don't pass up the same thing. This universal repeat is trying to tell you something. Number 5, if things don't work out musically for you, like you picked the wrong producer, the wrong singer, wrong musicians, or a gig went bad, shake it off. Sometimes things have their timing, and maybe you're just being asked to learn a new thing. Widen the lens and ask what the situation is telling you. Reset and try again. Number 6, and finally, have the courage to do what is uncomfortable. You'll likely be glad you did. Here's the song Brazilian Rhapsody, played in its entirety, written by the Arreguin songwriting team. You can find Brazilian Rhapsody on Jim's album entitled Can You Play Latin? And you can find his full album on Spotify and wherever you listen to music. Be brave, everybody, and I'll see you next time right here on the channel.
On some enchanted island, away from all the madness, I feel the warm summer breeze. Just grant me my 3 wishes, your smile, your eyes and kisses. Come dance the night away with me. And the sound of one song fills the air all night long. And there's no other place I'd rather be. So just hold me and say you love me, that you are my one and only. In this Brazilian Rhapsody. watch the sunrise in our hearts, and the sound of one song fills the air all night long, and there's no other place I'd rather be. So just hold me and say you love me, 'cause you are my one and only in this Brazilian rhapsody. Hold me and say you love me, 'cause you are my one and only in this Brazilian rhapsody. Yeah. Hold me and say you love me, 'cause you are my one and only in this Brazilian rhapsody.
This is Lisa again, and I want to take this moment to applaud the team at loveandlaughtermusicgroup.com, a safe and knowledgeable spot for musicians who wish to learn more about writing songs and recording great music. This episode is a product of livingcrazybrave.com, another hub where musicians can cultivate new awareness about what it takes to honor the sacred art of making honest music. Let me leave you with this. Darkness can only be counterbalanced by the light becoming brighter in all of us. Music creates light, so keep it going.